So next we will see that is looping statements. So now let's start with the looping statements. So now let me write the name of the program, looping statements dot py, and now let's start with it. So what are looping statements? As I had already told you that looping statement means that we will run a loop, and according to that loop multiple statements will run. So let me write it here. We will run a loop in which multiple times a statement will execute. So we have how many types of loop? So in Python, I will tell you about the two types of loop here. That is for loop and while loop. So let us start with the for loop here. So if you had studied C, C++ already, then you will understand it very well in few seconds. So let me first create a list here to make you understand. So like I am creating a list here, and in list I am writing some things like Sahil, Mitra, Infotech, Programmer. So this is a list in which I have written some names and surnames. So if I want to print every item of this, so what I will do like this, print and then new list, and then I will run this. You can see it here. What will be printed here? It will be printing like this, a list structure. But if I want like this, like first of all Sahil and then Batra and then Infotech and then Programmer, line by line or one after another, then what will I do? So for that we can use it here is for loop. Like before using for loop, let me show you like this. Like I am writing here 0. So what it will print? It will print the 0th index here. So it will print Sahil. So if I want to print the another element, that is Batra, what I will do it here, I will use it 1. So it will also print the 1 element, and then I will use here 2, and then I will use here 3. So like that, if the elements in the list are thousands, so we will print 1000 elements like this. No, we can't do like this. You can see it here. If we will print like this, and then it will take so much time for us to write this. So that's why if we want to print it like this, so we can use a for loop for that. So how to start the for loop? Let me tell you. Like we will start with for, and then we'll specify a variable name here. Like I will write it item and then name of the list, and then I will specify the column, and then I will just print the items, like print and then item. Now you can see by using these two lines of code, you can print thousands of elements if they are present in the list. So let me print it. So yes, it is printing it. Sahil Batra Infotech Programmer in line by line. So this is the power of for loop. So let me revise this thing again. So using for loop, we will write it for, and then variable name, you can write any name here. Like I had written an item, I can also use an element, and I have to also specify the same name here also. So for element in list, print element. So it will again print the same thing here. So for, and then the key, like we give the key value for, and then the key name, like we give the key name here, that element, and then in, and then values of that. So by using this concept, you can print the multiple items of this list. So it is not only used for the list, it can be used for dictionaries, it can be used for tuples, it can be also used for arrays also, and many more concepts. So like let me give you one more example of lists here so that you can get familiar. Like I will now create a new list 1 here. I will create the lists in between the list like that. So these are the list in between the list. So I will write here my name, and that is Sahil Batra here that I specified. And here I will write channel name, that is Infotech Programmer. So like that, we had created two lists in between one list. So now if we want to print the items of this list, then how we can print? By pausing this video, you can print it yourself by writing the code. Otherwise, let's start with me. So for, and then item in new list 1, and then colon, and then here print item. So what it will do, it will print the lists, not one list, every list, one by one. So I had written a two list. If you will write thousand of lists, it will print thousand of lists. So you can see it here. Two lists are printed here. First of all, my name Sahil Batra, and then channel name Infotech Programmer. So like that, you can use the for loop here. So now you had seen the concept of for loop. Let me expand it more. Like now I will create one more list here. So in that, what I will write is, I will add something else. Like I will again create the 2, 3 types of lists, but now I will print it by using some different concept. by showing you that we can print the multiple items and then multiple values also in the for loop by specifying a proper statement. So let me show you that. I will write here my name Sahil, and then I will write here my age, that is 20, and then I will create one more list here, and then I will write here another one name, that is John, and his age, that is 25, and then one more here, that will be Sean, and I will specify the age, that is 36. Now let's see the new concept here, that how I use the for loop for this. So if I want the for loop to print like this, like it will print first of all this and then this, and then in another line it will print this thing and then this, then how I will use it? So I will specify here the two items, not one item. I mean to say the two keys here. First of all, I will write here for name to specify this thing, and then comma age, and then in new list two, and then this colon, and then I will print here name comma, and then in double quotes I will write here age is, and then again comma, and then I will write here age to specify this thing. So let's see what it will print. So it is showing me error. So sorry for that, we had not used here comma, so I have to use here comma. So I had used here comma, now maybe it will run okay. So yes, it is running okay. So it is showing us Sahil age is 20. What we had written here is exactly right. So it is showing us the first list item, that Sahil age is 20, and then second list item, that is John age is 25, and then third list items, that is Sean age is 36. So you can see it here that how we can manipulate our list by using the for loop, and we can also do multiple things by using the for loop. So this is about the for loop. Now let's start with the while loop also. So let me use while loop here. So I will just write a num equal to 1 because I want to print from 1 to 5. Let's print from 1 to 5. So how we will print it? So now I will specify while loop, that while then condition that number is less than equal to 5. So I had specified a condition less than equal to 5 so that we can print from 1 to 5, and then colon, and then enter, and now we will write here print, and then we will write here the number, that is num, and now we have to increase the value of number also, that number equal to number plus 1. Why? Because first time it will print number, that is 1, and after that again it will check the loop. So before checking the loop, it will increase the value of num, that will be num equal to num plus 1. So what will be the value? So value will be 2 next time. So the value will be 2. So it will check if 2 is less than equal to 5. If yes, then it will print again the number, that will be 2. And then again the value will be increased to 3. So doing that, if it will be the value, that is 5, then it will see yes, that it is less than equal to 5. So it will print the 5, and then the number will be increased to 6. So it will see now number is not less than equal to 5 because 6 is not less than equal to 5. So now the loop will be breaked. So now while loop will be breaking, and then it will not print further. So now let's run this program to see the output. So yes, it is printing from 1 to 5. So our while loop is okay. So this was about the for loop and while loop. So remember one thing, that after using the for loop, when you will enter, you have to give there the four spaces. That is called the indentation, that you have to give in the looping statements also, and also in the conditional statements here. So indentation is very necessary, otherwise it will give you the error. Let me remove this indentation. I will do it like this only. You can see it here like this. Then it will give me the error. You can see it here. It is giving me the error. What is the error? Let me see it here by running the program. So it is showing me indentation error. Expected an indented block after while statement. I mean to say that we have to indent that. We have to give four spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see there is no indentation error. We will also give this four spaces because it is in the while loop. So by giving the indentation, we specify that this thing is inside this loop, inside this block. So it will be a proper block like this. So now you come to know about this thing also, and indentation also, that indentation is very necessary here in the Python. So now next thing we will see is the jumping statements. So now let's start with the jumping statements. So let me give the name of the program, that is jumping statements dot py. So now what are jumping statements? I already told you that if you want to jump or exit from the loop or any condition, so we use the jumping statements. So like now I will give you the example of that. Like here I equal to 0, and then we will write it while true. First of all, let me tell you that what is the meaning of true here. Then I will show you the jumping statements. Like I will print here hello. So you can now see that what it will run. So I am running this. You can see it here. Multiple times hello is printing. Now mean to say that if you will do like this while equal to true, mean to say that this condition is always true. So it will run this loop again and again and again. That's why that multiple times hello was printing. So I'm now writing here while true, and then now I will print the value here. So I will write a print, and then I will write a I plus 1, mean to say that the I value 0, so it will print here 1. And then I will just use the comma and then use and equal to this space. So what it will do, it will just print 1, and then if it is true, then it will again print 2. So it will not print 2 in the next line, it will just print 2 after 1 space. So remember I had told you this thing about the AND thing when we were doing our first program. So after that I will write one condition here, like if I is equal to 200, then we will use a colon and specify the break statement. So what is break statement? Break statement is a jumping statement that we can use it here. So we will write a break. So what it will do, it will just break the loop. It will just break this while loop, and it will just came out of the loop. It will just come out of the loop and it will end the program. So I'm using this if statement. So before that, let me write here I equal to I plus 1. So that value of the I can be incremented. So that I value will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will run till 200, and then it will just break the loop. So now let's run this program and see if it is breaking it or not. So you can see it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has printed so fast from 1 to 200, and then it has breaked the loop. So this is the use of break statement here. So by using the break, if you have specified any condition, so it will just break the loop after that. What if we will not use the break? So you can see it here. If we will not use the break, so it will just print the numbers one by one by one. So you can see it here. While loop is running infinitely. So that's why we had used here the break loop to jump outside the loop. So now you come to know about the break statements. So now let's see one more concept of the continue statements. That what are the continue statements? Now let's see the concept of continue here. So for continue, what I will do, I will just first of all comment this, and now I will start for continue. So I will write a I equal to, and I will write a 6. Why 6? I will tell you later on. Then I will write a while statement, like while, and then I is greater than 0. So I had specified this condition. Now I will just decrease the value, like I equal to I minus 1. So that we will print something like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now I will write a condition, like if I is equal to 2, then what you have to do is you have to continue, and then I will just print here the values, that is print I. So what it should print? It should print from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Because I equal to I minus 1 means to say that 6 minus 1 will be 5. First of all, it should print 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. But it will just skip the 2. Why 2 will be skipped? You can see it. If I is equal to 2, then continue. Mean to say that if I will be equal to 2, then it will just skip this 2 part and it will jump from 2 to 1, and then it will continue. Now let's print the output. So you can see it here, 5, 4, 3, 1, 0. So it had skipped the 2 part of that. So this is the feature of the continue here. That continue will just skip one iteration from that thing. So now you have come to know about break statement also and continue statement also. So next we will see the concepts of function in Python.